what's up everyone, Arctic here, bringing you guys a brand new Gears of War 3 gameplay. And in this commentary, giving you guys another log in the RL stories. Now if you guys are familiar with the RL stories, basically real life stories, that's what it stands for. And I had a couple people ask me that over my first two commentaries. The first was the Diner Dasher story about my birthday. Second was the plumber. It's a story about my lack of plumbing skills. So it seems like you guys really enjoyed those. So I want to continue on and give you guys some insight into my personal life. Now this one is actually from a ways back, so I've decided to kind of expand and go into some family stuff as well as some stuff from my childhood. So you get to hear about the Smith household in this one. And this is a story about my brother. Some of you guys may know my brother, Orange. Used to compete in Major League Gaming alongside me and my team. He's still a part of the team. As a young toddler, young little pup, he was quite the bad little boy. All right, he was also a pervert. So this is a two-part story, one about his perverted side, and the second about how he was very bad, just one of those babies. And I don't know what it was. I wasn't like that, but he was just, every kid is different. He was just like that. He was the badass. And he was a little chunky kid too. So I think we called him Tank, if I'm not mistaken, when he was little. Anyway, set the mood. I'm sure most of you guys have some friend that has like the hot mom. Maybe every once in a while you're like, dude, your mom's hot. And they're like, shut the hell up, dude. Beat your ass. I've had that happen a couple of times. That scenario happens occasionally. Or you get the group of buddies. You see someone's mom. They're hot. You're like, damn. And then, the kid whose mom it is kind of gets up, looks at you guys, and it's like, fuckers, gives you the stink eye. So, this is kind of setting the mood. My cousin's mom, this is actually my cousin's mom. My brother doesn't know this. She's an attractive lady. All right. My brother is 3 or 4 at the time. I'm like 7 or 8. And, my brother has like some really weird, like if he sees a butt or legs, he loses his mind, loses control, can't help himself. All right. So my cousin's mom, I think she had on either a skirt or shorts. She's in the living room talking to my mom, girl chat, whatever. And the living room is actually connected to this doorway that leads upstairs. And the door actually has an actual door on it. So if someone is coming down the steps and you're not paying attention, you really can't hear them. And they can kind of peek out the door and totally creep on you. All right. Now, the only reason I saw this scenario is because I happen to be playing like Ninja Turtles or G.I. Joes or whatever. And my brother's upstairs and I hear him coming down the steps and my like Carrington sixth sense kicks in and I'm like, toys, he's going to play with me. And so he gets all the way down the steps. He stops, creeps open the door and is like peeking out. And he was waiting for the perfect opportunity to do this. So basically my mom and my cousin's mom chit-chatting. My brother kind of creeps out, wiggles his little ass out, gets right up on her bare leg, grabs her leg with his hands, and just starts stroking her leg up and down, probably a good 5 to 10 seconds. So he got a good feel in going on, all right? So they stop their conversation, completely stop. I'm just looking like, oh, what's going to happen? And they start laughing. All right, so and at least I'm thinking like if I'm that age, I'm 7 or 8, I know not to do that. And I think if I do that, my mom's gonna look at me and probably like beat the shit out of me if I like slap me across the face or something like that, tell my dad or whatever, and I would have been lights out. They laugh at my brother. All right, they think it's hysterical. My brother's like, he's kind of snickering. He's like, yes, I got it in. Didn't get in trouble. He like ran back upstairs. And later on that day, my mom ends up talking to both of us about the situation. Basically not to do it again. Nothing happened to him right there. So he just got away clean with it with a good feel. Got his little perv on. And, yeah, that's my brother, the perv. So I got more stories. Plenty more stories where that came from about my little brother and his perverted ways. But that's one log. All right. So the next story is about my brother's little mean streak. Again, he's a bad kid. No one knows why. He was just really violent. All right. So, in my neighborhood, we had like neighborhood kids. I'm sure some of you guys probably grew up like this, but everybody gets together. We play kickball, football, hide and go seek, tag, everything. And this particular day, everyone is in my backyard. So I have like 10 of my friends over. We're all playing kickball or football. I don't remember which one. And next door to us, we had this kid that was around my brother's age. He was like maybe a year younger. And I don't remember how old I was in this situation. I might have been 8 or 9 or something like that. So my brother's around the same age. This kid used to always come into our yard, this little kid, and, you know, we used to come, sometimes we'd stop and tell him to go back into his yard because we didn't want him in the way just because he was so young. He didn't really know what he was doing. And, he always used to walk around with this nasty, dirty pamper on. And, you know, again, I'm not trying to talk, I don't even remember the situation, I don't remember the parents, but they were some pretty ghetto folks, alright? So, this kid's always walking around in his pamper, he's always like got some dirt on him because he's always outside or whatever. And so this particular day, we're playing kickball, whatever. He comes into our yard and he's like on the side of the fence. We have a fence that was kind of, you could get under it, but you couldn't go over it. So he came under the fence and he was on the side of our yard. And my brother spotted him. I don't know where my brother was at. He wasn't by us because we were having a good time, yelling, screaming, having fun. My brother spots this kid. And the only reason I know this is because he told me later. So he goes back inside. He grabs his wiffle ball bat. Alright, so if you've ever been hit by a wiffle ball bat, you know how much it stings, right? My brother's 4 or 5. And again, I mentioned he is a big boy. For his age, he was big, alright? He comes back out with the wiffle ball bat. Again, this kid is little kid, doesn't know what's going on. He starts wailing on this kid with the wiffle ball bat. No joke. We all stop what we're doing. Happened to not be facing. I just saw my friends' faces like drop. They're like, oh, and then a couple of them started laughing. They're like, hell, look. And so I'm like, Carrington, stop. So he looks at me and kind of looks at the kid, runs back up into the porch. And, like, I don't know what he did with the wiffle ball bat, but he like tries to dispose of the evidence and like goes into the room, his room, and, just is like, you know, acting like nothing happened. All right. So this kid gets up, walks over to his house. 5 minutes later, his mom comes outside screaming, yelling, doing a whole bunch of stuff, you know, calling us all kinds of names like, you know, like we let it happen or whatever. And she's like calling for my mom to come outside. My mom comes outside. Lady's all up in her face. My mom is like, she doesn't even know what happened. We didn't say anything. Obviously, we didn't tell my brother. We didn't rat him out. But she doesn't know what's going on. And the little boy, I guess, basically explained to his mom what happened. She's like, your boy hit my boy and all this and yada, yada, yada. And my mom's like, we have all these kids over. Like, they're playing. And that's all she said and walked away. The lady was furious. Just fucking furious that my mom basically brushed it off. It was like, they're kids, they're playing, get over it. Went back inside. I don't actually remember what happened to my brother. If she disciplined him or whatever. I can't really remember. But, I just want you guys to know that the moral of the story is, if you guys fuck with us, I will get my brother and his wiffle ball bat and he will beat your ass. Peace. What's up everyone, Arctic here, just letting you guys know that the video is in fact over. Feel free to click the video right beside me if you feel like watching my previous commentary. That big shiny button there, that is the subscribe button. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoy my commentaries and if you'd like to see more.